When operating a Bobcat rough terrain forklift, otherwise known as a telehandler or powered industrial truck, it is important to be a safe and efficient operator while handling, lifting, or moving materials. All operators must receive proper training from an experienced trainer before using any telehandler. You can find the Bobcat Telehandler online operator training course at bobcat.com/training. Operators should receive refresher training when covering new terrain, operating new equipment, or whenever deemed necessary. It is essential that training be provided in a language the operator can understand and that they have opportunities to ask questions. To avoid injuring yourself or others, or damaging your machine, familiarize yourself with the instructions in the training course, as well as your machine's operation and maintenance manual, operator's handbook, load capacity charts, and the Association of Equipment Manufacturers Safety Manual. Keep in mind, your job site or local regulations may have additional training requirements. You will see the Safety Alert symbol throughout the Operation and Maintenance Manual, in the Operator's Handbook, and on pictorial safety signs. This identifies important hazards you should avoid to reduce the possibility of serious injury or death. Always follow the instructions in the safety message. While it is impossible to cover every situation you may encounter during operation, this video presents several topics, including safety features, slope operation, job site management, and additional training resources. Your Bobcat Telehandler was designed with safety in mind, but safety also depends on you. As with any piece of equipment, always be aware of your surroundings while operating your machine. Wear appropriate clothing, including long pants and closed-toed shoes. Check local regulations and your job site for PPE requirements, such as hard hats, safety glasses, and hearing protection. Loose clothing or jewelry can get tangled in moving parts and should be avoided. Put up long hair. If operating in low light conditions, utilize the telehandler lights. Do not operate if you're experiencing drowsiness or under the influence of alcohol or drugs that may affect your judgment or reaction time. Always perform the pre-start inspection before operating your machine. An inspection should also be performed every time there is a change of operators. To begin, check your surroundings for any bystanders in the area. If anyone enters the job site while you are operating the telehandler, stop the machine and wait for them to leave before continuing operation. Do not allow bystanders to ride inside or on top of the telehandler or any attachments. Remember, a Bobcat Telehandler is strictly a one-person machine. Inspect your job site. If your machine is in an enclosed environment, make sure there is proper ventilation to the outside to reduce accumulation of dust, debris, and fumes. Check for job site hazards and for surface conditions. Additionally, make sure the ground has been prepared for your job. Dial 811 if operating in the United States, or call 888-258-0808 in Canada before you dig. Keep in mind, your machine must be sufficiently supported under the front axle when carrying an increased load with the boom extended. The stability of the machine is highly dependent on the terrain. Refer to the load capacity charts equipped in the machine and your operation and maintenance manual for recommended procedures. Ask your trainer for insight on your job site's terrain and how to perform safe lifting operations. Your telehandler is equipped with a rollover protective structure, or ROPS, and a falling object protective structure, or FOPS. The ROPS and FOPS help protect the operator in the event of a rollover or from falling objects, and should never be removed or modified. In case of an emergency, all cabs are equipped with a rear opening that functions as a secondary exit. Before entering your telehandler, inspect your ROPS and FOPS for damage. Be advised of available accessories or equipment for your particular machine or job application, such as a front window guard, beacon and lighting kits, and a rear view camera. Your telehandler is equipped with a backup alarm that must sound when operating in reverse, and may be equipped with a rear view camera. The backup alarm and optional rear view camera system are not a substitute for keeping bystanders away from the work area. Operators must remain fully aware of their surroundings, using direct visibility and the Rearview camera system if equipped. The backup alarm and Rearview camera systems must be maintained to ensure proper functionality. Familiarize yourself with the safety signs on your telehandler and replace any that are damaged or missing. Check the condition of the seatbelt, horn, boom stop, Rearview camera if equipped, windows, and mirrors. Clean the mirrors regularly and adjust them to your seating position to give you a clear view of the surrounding area. Ensure that the tires are properly inflated. Replace tires as necessary. Examine the telehandler and attachments for any damage, debris, or modifications. Only use approved attachments. Perform the rest of your daily inspection using the checklist included on the telehandler or in your operation and maintenance manual. When entering or exiting your telehandler, maintain 3 points of contact by utilizing the grab handles and steps. Once inside and seated, fasten the seatbelt so that it fits snugly across your hips. Always keep your body inside the cab when operating the machine. Before starting the machine, ensure the joystick and the travel direction control are in neutral and the parking brake is engaged. Never attempt to start the engine or operate the machine's controls from outside the cab, as the boom, attachments, or the telehandler itself could move. Once the engine is started and the engine speed is set, familiarize yourself with the operation of the telehandler and its controls. The controls used to operate the machine may vary depending on the model and control system of the telehandler. Know which steering mode is selected prior to operating the telehandler. Operate at a reduced speed until you fully understand and can control the operation of the telehandler. Although some controls may vary from model to model, the best way to operate your telehandler is to move the controls smoothly. The telehandler will react the moment you move the controls. The further the controls are moved, the faster the operation will be performed. Do not make any sudden stops, starts, or turns. There are additional controls that operate the auxiliary hydraulic system to operate augers, snowblowers, sweepers, and other attachments. Review the Operation and Maintenance Manual or the Operator's Handbook, which is tethered to its storage location for additional information on controls. When connecting approved attachments, make sure the Bob-Tach levers are completely down, or the quick attach pins are completely extended. Once connected, visually confirm that the wedges or pins are through the attachment mounting frame holes. Carry the load as low as possible and operate your attachment within the guidelines provided in the Attachment's Operation and Maintenance Manual. Load capacity charts for each attachment are provided in the operator area. These charts indicate the rated load capacity for each attachment at specified boom heights and extensions. Do not exceed the rated load capacity. Overloading could cause your machine to become damaged or to tip, resulting in serious injury or death. Keep in mind that as the boom is extended or the load is lifted, the center of gravity for the machine will shift, increasing the risk of the machine tipping over. Secure and carry the load as low as possible with the boom retracted. Load, unload, and turn on flat, level ground. To prevent serious injury or death, never allow anyone to reach or stand under a raised boom. Do not drive the telehandler if the load obstructs a clear view of the direction of travel. When operating your Bobcat Telehandler, be aware of your ground conditions. Do not operate unless the ground can support the machine. Use caution and reduce speed while making turns or operating on slopes. Drive straight up or down slopes, never across, and keep the heavy end uphill. With no load, the rear end of the telehandler is heavier. Avoid starting and stopping on a slope, and do not turn on slopes unless absolutely necessary. Use caution when operating near drop-offs or water. Do not operate the telehandler on steep inclines. Before exiting the machine, make sure the telehandler is on level ground. Put the travel direction control in neutral and engage the parking brake. Retract and lower the boom and place the attachment flat on the ground. Stop the engine and remove the key. Exit using 3 points of contact. Never leave the machine with the boom raised. When operating on a public road or highway, always follow local regulations. For example, a slow-moving vehicle emblem or the use of hazard flashers may be required. When transporting your telehandler, ensure you have the proper size truck, trailer, and ramps. Load and unload the machine with the heavy end uphill. Use the tie-down points to chain the telehandler to the trailer. Always observe the rules, motor vehicle laws, and vehicle limit ordinances when transporting the telehandler. Regular maintenance of your telehandler promotes safe and efficient operation. Failure to maintain your machine will result in excessive wear and early failures. Check for and remove any built-up flammable debris, such as wood chips, grass, or hay from the machine, particularly the engine compartment, the rear grille, and around the exhaust to prevent fire hazards. If the boom must be left in a raised position for maintenance work, it must be supported by the approved boom stop to prevent accidental lowering. See the Operation and Maintenance Manual for instructions on how to use the boom stop. Perform the rest of your daily inspection using the checklist included inside your Operation and Maintenance Manual or on the telehandler. Maintenance procedures, which are not in the Operation and Maintenance Manual, must be performed only by qualified Bobcat service personnel. Always use your best judgment and be aware of your surroundings. Remember the safety instructions from this video, the Bobcat Telehandler Online Operator Training Course, and the Operation and Maintenance Manual when operating your machine. These tips will help you get the most out of your Bobcat Telehandler and allow you to stay safe while getting the job done. For additional information, technical specifications, or training resource information for all Bobcat equipment, contact your dealer or visit bobcat.com/training.